Hello everyone and welcome back to SimRacingOnline.co.uk, and today we are in our 6th round of the SimRacingOnline G.E.A.R Multiclass Endurance Series. And Matheus, your camera operator, your streamer and your voice for today. We don't have Alex anymore because he's been through family problems and some hardware problems as well. We had him in the last rFactor 2 round, but he had a lot of problems, a lot of issues during the stream and decided to pull off. But don't worry, I will do my best. And you hear the rFactor 2 official voice. You're gonna have the race start in just a bit. Gonna go do a rundown in the first, second, third. On our grid we have Tony Talvitia to first place LMP2 class, Marco Jr. then John van der Geest, the race organizer. For the GTE class we have Lance Link in the first position, we have John Malika in the second position, we had Bart Labodzian in the third. And we're gonna have a race start. It's green, green, green. Oh, green, green, green actually. We have a pace lap, yeah. We can talk about it better. The pace lap, I forgot about the pace lap. Over here, the white Oreca 07 of Tony Talvitia. He's been really consistent on top of everyone else's. He's a really fast driver anywhere. He can drive any car. Really fast driver overall. Pole position in most of the races. For sure a top 3 position. Even a top 2 in most of the races of this class. And then here have our Brazilian driver Marcos Jr. in the yellow PSC Oreca. Behind him we have John van der Geest, who had problems with his skin in the last round, but and apparently didn't actually got around it, sadly. He had a nice skin, SimRacingOnline school skin. Then after John van der Geest in the 4th position for the LMP2 class, we have Alex Freitas. He's a consistent driver, always drives his car to the limit, to the absolute limit. And yeah, in the 5th position on the LMP2 class we have Jens Rose, and in the 6th position we have Andrew Harper, who had to disconnect because of some FPS issues and didn't actually qualify for this one. The first place we have the Porsche of Lance Link. Second place we have the Porsche of John Malika, followed by Bart Labodzian in a P3, followed by Cody Abbey, which is Lance Link's teammate for this one. Yeah, and then we have Carl Middleton, the 911, Dennis Pimenov in the K11 overall in his BMW M8, followed by Chris Bruno, Barrett, Jerry Chen, Simon, Alexander, Sean, Rob Millikan, Johnny Gutierrez and Craig Jones. We are approaching the turn 15 here for the LMP2 class. We're gonna have a race start. Sadly, Andrew Harper will have to start on the GTs, and this is a green, green, green race start for the LMP2s. Looks like John van der Geest got a little bit too deep on the corner exit. Not much action from this. Tony Talvitia already pulling from the drivers. Oh, Marcos Jr. too deep on the corner. Is John van der Geest going for a early attack? I think he's not going for it. Let's have a look on the GTE pack. We have Carl Middleton overtaking Cody Abbey. Not much action. They are very close to each other, everyone. Cody Abbey dropping 2 positions, losing the position for Dennis Pimenov, who was P9 overall, P4 in class. Now he's P6. John Malika very close to, no, Bartolobodzen very close to John Malika. I think these guys are gonna stick to each other, take the slipstream, save some fuel, save some tires, to just do the attack on the late run of the race. This is a 1.5 hour race, as usual, for the G.E.A.R Multiclass series. And we have a twist for this round. The weather is 5 times faster. And we are going to see cars driving in the night time for this one. Yeah, you heard it right. Night time for this round. We are now on the straight. This is Andrew Harper on the LMP2 car making a recovery race, overtaking the GTs on the straight. Oh, and that's Chris Bruno trying an overtake on the inside of G.E.A.R to take the sixth position on GT class. Chris Bruno with a gorgeous looking MA GT. The outside, Andrew Harper doing its race. It's a recovery race to take up to speed with the LMP2 guys. Have a look on the up part of the GTE class. We have Carl Middleton, who started in 5th position in class, and now it's up to 4th. Away from G.E.A.R, and Dennis Pimenov actually managed to capitalize on that overtake and take the position on G.E.A.R too. Middleton, who has proven to be one hell of a driver for this class. He really knows how to drive those Porsches to the limit. Look at Jens Roos in the back of Alex Freitas here on the straight. Does he have the speed to make the move? On the inside for the turn 15, the bumpiest turn ever. This track was built in a old airport, so the track is just bumpy. And this track is the first laser scan track from Studio 397. They have every single small and big bump on this track. This is 100% accurate to the real life counterpart. It looks like Jens Roos could not make the move, and Alex Freitas, he closed the door and gone into the turn 15 very narrow. No overtake for Jens Roos this time, sticking with the 5th position in class, in LMP2 class. Oh, and look at Andrew Harper, already overtaking every single one of the GTEs. Let's have a look on our YouTube chat as we see Tony Tovic, the pole and the leader of this race. Andrew Williams said, "Did the Porsche forgot to go to the paint shop?" That's funny, mate. Yeah, we have 3 white Porsches. Lance Link, John Malika and Bartolobodzen. They are P1, P2, P3, and they are all white. I think we have a skin error or just a server-side issue. I don't know what's happened there, but I'll make sure to ask them personally on the forums later. Oh, hello Yusuf, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, Yusuf Masid for the RSS from the RSS GT1 series, on a hell of a drive as well, always battling with everyone. For first round battling with that Saleen S7, if I'm not mistaken. Second round battling with the Brazilian on the Viper. He's one of the only guys that's driving the Vibe on our RSI GT1 series there. Let's have a look on Jens Roos. He did not gave up on that 4th position from Alex Freitas. Is right there. Right there. He's only 0.2 seconds behind Alex Freitas right now. And he wants that position. Look on the white Porsches here. The white trio, I'm gonna call them right now. Oh, it looks like Andrew Hapa had an issue. He's dropped back to P10 overall. He was P6 overall. 6th position on his class and P6 overall. He overtook all the GTs on the last last 2 laps. Oh, Brian, thank you for the information, man. Skins didn't load into the server for them. Yeah, you gotta look into it. You gotta look into it. I know for sure they have awesome skins. Sometimes don't go to as planned, you know. And look at that, Jens Roos overtook Alex Freitas, is now P4 on the LMP2 class, P4 overall and on class. I think he overtook him on the straight. Let me have a look. Yes, he was on the straight. On the let me pull up my phone. I have a photo here of the circuit layout on the Ullman straight. Andrew Hapa back in 6th position overall. Look at the sound of those Porsches. They are, in fact, the loudest cars on the GTE, the Le Mans GTE class. Like overall, the loudest cars. One of the few naturally aspirated cars. The 4.0 liter flat 6 boxer engine. 500 horsepower. Look at John Malika, he was only 0.2 seconds apart from him and Lance Lane. Let's have a look on Lance Lane's partner, Cody Eddy here, the white Porsche. So look at Dennis Pimenov, side by side with Carl Middleton on the Cunningham corner. Down the position, they got in the brakes too late. Tell us on the chat, everyone, who you want to see a full lap on the driver view. Anyone favorite? Anyone on the looks? LMP2 GT, just tell me. Got Dennis Pimenov, 0.2 seconds behind Paul Middleton. He did make a move a lap ago. Let's see if it's gonna make a move. Oh, and we see a spin. That's Bart. Yeah, that's Bartolomeo in there. Oh, a little touch on Chris Bruno's MAGT, but back on track. Tony Talviti overtook by Marco Jr. Oh, look at that. Marco Jr., who is the Brazilian driver here. They got into GT traffic and the race is 1.5 hours, Chris the Monkey B. As I was saying, Marco Jr. found Tony Talviti in the middle of GT traffic and managed to capitalize on that. Marco Jr. is now P1. Let's have a look on Tony's view. On the slipstream, 0.4 seconds apart behind Marco Jr. right now on the corner 15 of the circuit, the bumpiest part of the track. The main straight, 0.4 seconds inside the slipstream, 0.2 seconds now. Trying to have a look on the inside. Oh, look at that, Marco Jr. a little bit slidey on that corner. Looks like Talviti is gonna attack on this one. Not now. This is the battle for the lead, everyone. In corner 1. Now going to 4 and 5. Into the big bend. The corner 6. Approaching now the hairpin. This is a corner that a lot of guys like to dive bomb here. And it works. Now into the 8th and 9th corner called the Fangio. Approaching now the Cunningham with a lot of GT traffic. This is gonna be exciting, everyone. Tony Talviti and Marco Jr. battling for the lead. Oh, and look at that. A little bit too much on the brakes. Marco Jr. locking up. A little bit sideways. Tony Talviti made a contact, but not a lot of damage. I think not even a single bit of damage on Marco Jr. car. Tony Talviti decided to back off a little bit. It is now being chased by John van der Geest on the number 99 car. They are battling for a lead, now battling for second place in the middle of GT traffic. Van der Geest, one of the most careful drivers when it comes to traffic, lapping cars and stuff like that. We saw in the on the Spa race that John van der Geest is a really careful driver when it comes to overtaking everyone on the traffic. Look at that, the white Porsches. They are less than a second apart from each other, Lance Link and John Melica. Lance Link just did a 2-minute lap. John Melica 1:59.8, 0.2 seconds overall faster lap than the Porsche from Lance Link. Look at that, we have a battle. Simon Marshall and Barrett Ericsson. Simon Marshall on his 67R and Barrett Ericsson on the MHGT. Marshall overtook Barrett Ericsson on the hairpin, doing that inside dive bomb that I talked about a lap ago. That they are 0.3 seconds apart from each other. have a look on the driver view of John Malika. He's on the slipstream. He wants that first place on GTE class. Having a look on the inside, not enough. He got a little bit early on the brakes, not to make a accident. This is a very sketchy part of the track to overtake, mainly if you are on the inside. John Malika early, very careful on the brakes, very early. And that's Marcos Jr., Tony Talviti and John Van der Geest there on your screen in the middle of GT traffic. Let's have a look on Van der Geest's driver view. This battle for the lead on the LMP2 class is causing Lance Link and John Malika to just have a little bit of a distance from each other. Looks like John Van der Geest has been left behind, and this is now a battle for the lead between Tony Talviti and Marcos Jr. Tony Talviti that started in first place, Marcos Jr. in second place. We now switched positions. Look, it looks like Marcos Jr. is pulling hard from Tony Talviti right now. We saw in the last 5 rounds that Marcos Jr. is a really fast driver in the early stages of the race. Really consistent driver as well. Tony Talviti and Van der Geest a little bit too deep on the corner exit there for the straight, for the Oman straight. They are a second apart from each other. Oh, and we see a DNF from Alex Freitas, unfortunately out of the race. Alex Freitas, who was battling with Jens Rose actually. He started at P4 on the class, on LMP2 class, and unfortunately DNF'd. That's sad. That's a shame, man. Lance Link is just chilling in the first place. The battle on the LMP2 class gave Lance Link a little bit of space from John Malika. Where is Bart Slobodin? He was 3rd place. Then we have a question from Andrew Williams. What is blue and green tires? Which is softer? Marcos has blue, Tony has green. I will make sure to have a look into it. I think blue tires are soft and green tires not soft. I think blue tires are mediums and green tires are hard compound, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and we see a spin. That's Simon Marshall on the C7 GT.R. C7R actually, TTR. Got one of those deadly bumps on this car round. Did not make mistake with anyone. That Bart Slobodian. recovering, doing a recovery race now because he was third. Now is ninth on class, 8th on class actually. Gary Chen is in the P9. Okay, Chris Bruno very close to Cody Abbey. Chris Bruno on the M8 GTE and Cody Abbey on 911. Oh, Cody Abbey catched a little bit of grass there. Slided the car a little bit. Did not lose the rear end that much. But Chris Bruno's gonna try to capitalize on that. Going very, very, very wide on the track. They were side by side on that one. Chris Bruno a little bit too deep, with a little bit too much speed on the corner, but a little bit too wide. I managed to stick with the slipstream, and it looks like we have 3 very close guys. They are a second apart from each other. Tony Tavis actually only half a second apart from Marco Jr. Marco Jr. who started in 2nd place. John Van der Geest is just taking right there, not pushing his car too much, but pushing it to the extent of getting close, sticking close to those guys. Let's go ahead and have a look on our GTE class. First place on the GTE class, we have John Lansling still. First place, John Melika, 2nd place. Bart Labotzen that started in the 3rd place is now 15th overall. See action from these guys. Bart Labotzen very close to Simon Marshall and Barry Eriksson there. Bart closing the gap very fast on Simon Marshall C7. I'm not gonna make the move right now. Can, but he prefers to play the game pretty straight. Very good corner exit, closing in the gap on the slipstream. Looking up on the inside, braking in time. You can see how bumpy this part of the track is. Good corner exit. Faster than Simon Marshall's C7R. Slipstream looking on the inside, is gonna make the move. Gonna stick behind. Play the long game. Oh, and I think he touched Simon Marshall's C7R. Time on that spun. Oof. Happened to Bart Labotzen there. Stopped his car. Did he DNF? Happened there. Free position for Rob Millikan and all the other guys. Look at that. Onita Viti in 1st place. I think Marco Jr. made an error. Oh yeah, he's 15 seconds from the leader. Ooh. That's Onita Viti followed by John Van der Geest. John Van der Geest side by side. backed out a little bit because of the traffic, the GT traffic. He's 0.1 second behind. Is he going for the dive bomb? Not going for the dive bomb now. Oh, and actually did DNF'd. Bartolomeusz that started in the 3rd place. DNF'd. Oh, we are seeing Andrew. Oh, Andrew Hopper DNF'd, crashed his car. It was on fire. Oh no. We see Alex Freitas DNFing now. Andrew Hopper. That's a shame. That's not good. That's never good. Look at that. John Van der Gies in the 1st place. Started 3rd, now in the 1st place. Turning on his headlights. Tony Tavita turning on his headlights as well. It's getting dark. We just passed the 1 hour mark. It's gonna start to get dark now. We are hoping to see, oh, Craig Jones DNFing as well on the Porsche. Craig Jones DNFing. Ooh, that's never good. Let's go back to Tony Talvitier. We are expecting to see the LMP2 starting to pit and change tires, refueling at the 45 to 43 minute mark. We saw in the last race a guy doing a extended stint, going all the way up to the 39 minute mark, the 39 minutes left mark, and actually he did get a position for that. Let's see this strategy on this one in Sebring. It's very heavy on tires because of how bumpy the track is. Let's go up to Lance Link and John Melica. Lance Link that started in 1st. No, John Melica that started in 1st and followed by Lance Link, the 2 white Porsches. We saw the white trio here, but Bartolomeusz unfortunately DNF'd. I think his game crashed or something. Oh, we see Andrew Hopper here commenting. Well, that was a waste of an evening, haha. Just so many issues with my setup, no practice at all, such a shame. Oh, that's sad, man. But that this awesome of a track. We're sorry to hear that. Yeah, yours worked just fine. Your skin just worked flawless, and just seeing a lot of skin issues in the last 3 rounds. See careful lights here on my app from Johnny Gutierrez, Rob Milligan here. Getting dark. Not a lot of people turned on their lights. Tony Talvitier and John Van der Gies, they are battling. John Van der Gies' last lap was a 150.1. Tony Talvitier's was a 150.2. That's Bartolomeusz, and yes, I had a very choppy game many times today. Oh, that's bad. Indeed, Sebring is a very, how can I say it? A very heavy track to run on a computer. Me as a streamer, I'm not racing, but I get around 35 to 40 FPS on the main straight and over 80. But as racers, we know that anything under 60 FPS just gets choppy on the rFactor 2. That's a shame to hear. I hope that the fact the Studio 397 people do like more compatibility for every computer, because it's not easy to run on this track, I know. Looks like John Van der Gies and Tony Tavita are approaching traffic, GT traffic. They're approaching Alexander Meshkov. No, but that's Barrett Eriksson on the M8 GTE. Let's see how John Van der Gies handles this traffic. Overtaking now Jerry Chen. Rebecca Jerry Chen actually did not go for the overtake. Now on the outside of Jerry Chen. Approaching Chris Bruno on the M8 GTE. Flashing his lights. Let's get out of the way. Ooh. Very deep. Oh no, that's a crash. He got in the outside of, oh no, on the outside of Chris Bruno. Unfortunately, did not have the downforce or the grip to just overtake him on the outside. Got into the grass, locked his brakes on the wall. I think not a lot of damage if it's there any. We are missing a Porsche here. We have Lance Link all the way down there. What happened to him? Overtaking Rob Milliken on the C7R. He's now P10. I don't know what happened there. Let me check on the event. Oh, we have a DNF from John Van der Gies. Oh no. Oh no, a DNF from John Van der Gies. Oh, we had Lance Link pitting. He did a pit now for the second one. Oh. Doing 2 pits in a row. Something happened there. You see now Marco Jr. getting out of pits. Yeah, drive through for Lance Link. Thank you for that, Bart. It just doesn't show here for me on the my screen overlay what penalties the drivers got. Hey guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. We're gonna, as requested, this is 2012 VTA's drivers for a whole lap. I'll be right back. I'm back, the voice from SimRacingOnline is back. Let's see what changed. I know 2012 VTA made a pit stop. He's now back on track in front of Jens Roos and is still in front of Marco Jr. It's now starting to get really dark. You see a lot of cars with their lights on. That's Jens Roos, that's Marco Jr. Marco Jr. going off track a little bit. Now back on track, did not spin his car, no damage at all. Game on. Still have John Malik in the first place on the GT class. Only 3 seconds apart, only 2.5 seconds slower than his fastest lap, even though we are in the 47-minute mark. Dennis Pimenov in the second place, BMA GTE here. Complimenting Andrew Harper comment, yes, you can have damages on your engine if you're not careful. For example, if you have a wrong setup with a radiator block, for example, a radiator tape, you can get the engine really hot and it's just gonna blow up. But no oil leaks, no unexpected damages, you know, as some other sims like to put in. And you see a proximity warning, a proximity light for Chris Bruno and Cody Abbey. Bruno was really close to Cody Abbey on the twisty car, did not get the best corner exit speed, but it's still on the slipstream of Cody Abbey's Porsche. We have a penalty for Marcos Jr. Have a penalty for Marcos Jr. Hello John, good to see you on the chat. Vite now on the GT traffic. What happened there, John? Tried to go to the outside, did not got the really getting a car between me and Tony and run right on the grass. Oh yeah, I saw that. We catch that on video. Sadly, the race ended that way for you. Very fortunate, mate. You finished all the rounds, just the ending. 0.1 seconds between James versus Marcos Jr. Marcos Jr. getting Taylor happy on the corner exit there. Cody Abbey recovering positions, now P2 in class. John Malika right in front of him. Oh, Gentry's pitting. Marcos Jr. takes second place. Marcos Jr. already has a pit. Already did pit once. Tony Talvite did pit 2. Now it's time for Jens Rose to pit. That's Carl Middleton leaving pits on your screen right there. It's now P1, P2, P3, John Malika, Cody Ebb and Chris Bruno, respectively. Devlin, that was a long time on pits. Now exiting pits, I think he had big damages on his car. Now back on track. We saw an incident on the quali when Sean Devlin just stood on the middle, not in the middle of the track, on the escape zone in turn 1. Just sat there for a long time, don't know what happened there. Look on the third place, Chris Brunner in a driver view. Oh, very Terrio happy there right there. See a light here. This is Simon Marshall battling for positions with Rob Milliken, the two Corvettes. Look at the size of those flames. Simon Marshall, who already pitted once, Rob Milliken did not. On the inside of Rob Millikan, Simon Marshall. Bumpy part of the track, the corner 15. Onto the straight, got the position. Looks like Rob Millikan cannot defend on it. He's pretty close though. Will he be able to catch some slipstream and go for the move? No, Simon Marshall got on the brakes pretty late there, secured that position. That's a P9 on class, P12 overall. Let me make sure if Tony will get the 4th or the 5th race in a row. Checking that right now. Okay, so Tony got first race won by Paulo Lima on Spa-Francorchamps, the Portuguese driver. Then second race was James Tuba on Le Mans. Third race was Tony Talvitier around Silverstone. Fourth race, Circuit of the Americas, Tony Talvitier. Bahrain, round 5, Tony Talvitier, that's 3 in a row. And looks like Sebring is gonna be won by Tony Talvitier. Looks like that's gonna be the 4th in a row if he don't make any mistakes. He's on the back stretch, the Ullmann straight, braking on the 100 mark. Looks like John Malika is not going in for a pit. Lane getting P10 now from Rob Millikan. I want to check what happened to Lance Lane for him to be that low on the grid. Looks like we have another DNF, that's Alexander Meshkov. Yeah, Rob Milliken's doing well. No pit stops yet though. P11 in class. Ericsson. He's 0.7 seconds behind Cody Abbey. Cody Abbey on the Porsche, or Ericsson on the MHETE. That's Marcos Jr. I think. Oh, that's not Marcos Jr., that's Jens Rose. He's approaching the duo there. Two number 0 cars, Cody Abbey and Barrett Ericsson. Let's see how he manages to overtake them. Yes, on the inside of the LMP2, on the inside of the GTs. How is it going to be with Cody Abbey now? Talvitier lapping Barrett Ericsson and really close to Cody Abbey now. Salvitia doing a amazing job, just flawless. Taking into first place with only one pit stop and no mistakes whatsoever. Everyone who's watching, tell us in the chat who you want to see a full lap in the camera, the driver camera view. Thank you, John, for the compliment. As requested by John, we're gonna see a driver view from Carl Middleton on his 911. Enjoy! Breaking into... Okay, let me pull the track map on my phone. phone, just accompany him. That's turn 3 and turn 4 and 5. Now into the big bend, flat out corner. That's Tony Talviti on his review mirrors, approaching the hairpin, braking on the 400 mark. That's the right and then a slight left. Keep the car straight in first gear. Now to the corners 8 and 9. That's Fangio corner. Going into Cunningham. He's now on the corner 9. Going into Cunningham corner 10. Braking to the 300 mark. Yes, Carl Middleton has stopped. Has already pit stopped. That's a braking on for the one corner on the 200, the 200 mark there. Third gear. Ooh. A little bit loose on the front end. That's very nice car control from him. Quote-unquote corner 2, braking on 200 mark, onto corner 3, 4 and 5. Onto the big bend, corner 6, flat out corner, approaching the hairpin. Gonna look for the 400 mark and brake right there. It's the first corner. Square off the corner, try to keep the car straight as possible, get into the throttle as soon as possible. That's corner 8, now corner 9, that's the double called Fangio. Into Cunningham, now corner 10. Now going to Collier, which is that long lefty, into the 12th, and now in the tower, the corner 13. Use all the track. Now in the straight, approaching the Bishop, which is that flat out part, brake on the 300 mark. Use all the course right there. Inside the 15, you can cut a little bit on the outside. Square up the corner, maximize the grip onto the Le Mans. Now on the Oman straight, the fastest part of the track. Now approaching the corner 17. Look for that 200 mark. Brake right there, the bumpiest part of the track, the Sunset Bend. To the main straight, use all the track. That's how a pretty good 2-minute lap is done. Carl gap to Dennis is 9 seconds. Dennis is 9 seconds in front of Carl Middleton. And looks like Dennis is gapping Carl Middleton. It's really steady, 9.7 to 9.9 seconds. Carl is gaining by a tiny bit per lap, just a 0.1 second per lap. Now that I'm seeing it carefully, it's 0.1 seconds overall per lap. at Barrett Ericsson really close to Cody Abbey. That's a 0.2 gap between those two. That's the only guys who are close to each other on the track. It's Cody Abbey and Barrett Ericsson. I think that's James Rose approaching. No, that's Marcos Jr. in the P2 approaching those guys. Have a look on the driver view. LMP2 is much faster, much quicker cars. Going into pits. Tire change, fuel. Everyone pitted for now. Gap is rising. We saw a 0.4 second between Cody Abbey and Barry Ericsson. They are now a second apart from each other, now 0.9 seconds. Now 0.4 second gap because of the traffic, 0.3 seconds. Barrett Ericsson is closing in very fast for the Abbey. Have a look on the driver view now. Gap between Barrett and Cody. The only two guys who are less than 1 second apart from each other. We see now Chris Bruno closing in very fast and Carl Middleton right there. Looks like Carl Middleton is going for a pit stop. That's his second pit stop. Is Bruno now getting third place in class? And the gap between Barrett Erickson and Cody Abbey has not been stretched since we got a little bit silent right there. That's a 0.7 second gap as for now. Second gap between Podium and Barrett Erickson, now approaching corners 13 and 14. Now into the Le Mans corner, the corner number 16. That's where we see a lot of action and overtakes and all. They're really steady. Erickson gaining just a tiny bit. Look for that 200 mark, brake on that. Turn to the right on the sunset bend, the bumpiest spot of the track. Look at that 0.3 second gap between Barrett and Cody Abbey. Let's have a look on the driver view. Now catching traffic, that's Simon Marshall. Not Simon Marshall, Rob Milliken on the Corvette. That's 16 more minutes to go. Concerning Salvitia's lap. Flawless driving from this man here. His last
lap was a 2 minute 30 seconds, I think, saving tires. Now a 1:52 minute lap, 1 minute 52 seconds lap, sorry. Carl Middleton, 0.2 seconds from Jerry Chen there. Really close. What's it gonna be? Is he going to force a move or just do a move? Oh, got a little bit tail happy right there. Managed to correct the car. Did not lose any time whatsoever. Really quick. 0.2 seconds. Really hard on the brakes. Using the rear end a little bit. Managed to get the car into grip again. The corner exit behind Jerry Chen's pig Porsche, pig livery Porsche. 0.4 seconds gap. 0.3 seconds gap now. 0.34 seconds. Now 0.29 seconds gap. 2.1 seconds gap. 1.21 seconds gap actually. Now into the slipstream. That's Jens Roos lapping those cars once again. How is it going to be for this one? On the inside, on the very inside. That was really good to Carl Middleton. He just shaved out a big time. Shaved off a lot of distance between him and Jerry Chen. We have 13 minutes left on the clock. That's really close racing by those gentlemen. Is Carl Middleton able to overtake him on the straight now? He has the slipstream, better corner exit, closing in very fast now. A little bit early on the brakes. The very inside, hugging the apex. The slipstream again. That's Chris Bruno having a spin, losing his rear wing, I think. Can't see very much, that's very dark. Spun his car around, crashed with his rear, lost his rear wing, that's very bad. Please don't retire, there is only 11 minutes remaining. Very slow, very slow, just wheeling his car for the pits. That's Chris Bruno for you, 8th place overall. That's 5th place in class. Jerry Chen and Carl Middleton overtaking right there. Now 7th place class. Now the outside part of the corner right there. No downforce at all on those rear tires, losing the he's losing the back end of the car very easily right there. Just saw Chris Bruno just losing the rear end. Looks like Carl Middleton is pitting with 10 minutes remaining. Serving a penalty? No. He's going for a pit. I think refuel. Just a little bit of fuel. Yep, just completing his tank a little bit just to finish the race. Chris Bruno having a lot of problems right there. I think he's gonna retire the race. Spun his car around, lost the rear wing. Spun his car a few times. Let's have a look on that. What happened? Yes, no grip whatsoever. Look at that. Did catch the bumps. Spun his car, crashed into the inside part of the track. Now into the pit lane. Looks like Barrett Ericsson is 4th place. Is Chris Bruno gonna attempt to fix his car, or is he going to retire the race? Let's see. Yes, he's fixing his car, I think. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Let's keep on Barrett. Let's keep the camera on Barrett Ericsson, who has a wing, and it's now on the main straight, start finish line straight. 1.7 seconds behind Cody Abbey right there. Tony Talvite, who opened a 1 minute gap between him and Marcos Jr. That's huge. That's flawless. Yes, John, I can do replays now. It's not smooth, but I can do replays now. I will make something, do like a work with my streaming program. Sadly, this is not the same program that I use on Assetto Corsa, so we cannot have replays in Assetto Corsa. Unfortunately, that's a bummer. Looks like Chris Bruno is getting a new wing. He's now back on track to finish the race. There's 7 minutes remaining. He got a wing back. Fresh tires, fuel, and the wing. He's back on the race. Did not give up. Fixed his car. He wants to finish this race. That's really good commitment from him. So you guys want to see a full lap? Interact with us in the YouTube chat. Bruno, who's short shifting, just warming his tires up a little bit. Okay. John Malik completed of this race. Let me pull up the track map for the next lap. Yes, king of the GTs indeed. Really fast driver. That's the Ullman straight. Going into the sunset bend, he's looking for that 200-meter mark for the braking zone. Hugging the apex right there on the sunset bend, the bumpiest part of the track. Now in the start-finish line straight. There's no name for the straight, unfortunately. Now into turn 1. Look for the end of the pit wall, brake zone. Going to turn in. Oh, very slidey on the track, catching the rear end very quickly. That's the second turn. That's the 3, 4, and 5. There's no names for those corners. Second gear through that. Power used all the track. Now into the big bend. Corner number 6. Going into the hairpin. He's looking for that 400-meter mark. Brake into first gear. Get as fast as possible into the throttle. Don't catch that grass, otherwise you spin your car around. That's corner 8 and corner 9. Those corners are named Fangio. Into Cunningham, look for that 400 mark braking mark right there. 400-meter braking mark right there. Into Collier right now. Hug the apex on the inside, the double apex. That's corner number 13 called Tower. To the straight entering Bishop, corner number 14. Look for that 300-meter mark. Brake on that. It's now in the corner 15 and then 16 Le Mans corner to the Oldman straight. Use all the track, third gear, or as soon as possible. For the 200 mark, right after the Oldman straight. Brake on that, third gear, hugging the apex on the sunset bend. Don't power it very early, otherwise you spin your car around. Use all the track and really close to that wall on the left, and that's a full lap. That was a 2-minute flat. That's the king of the GTEs, as John said. And I agree, John Melick has a really fast drive on the GTE cars. Let's see who's close to each other. Jens Roos is 5 seconds behind Marco Jr. right now in the LMP2 class. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining for the race. Looks like Tony Talvici is saving few. Just on a 1 minute 55 second lap. Oh, really deep on the braking. Tony Talvici making a slight mistake there. No crashes, no spins. Just a little bit too deep on the braking. Oh, and on into the grass. Oh, managed to save his car. Now back on track. Look at that, Jens Roos 5 seconds. They are in. They can see each other right now. The straight. 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Tony Talvici, we get the 4th W. Marco Jr. overtaking a Porsche. Approaching now Chris Bruno car, the M8 GTE. We are 50 seconds into the race is over. That's the final stretch. Have a look on how Tony Talvitie is doing. Oh, and that's a spin from Johnny Gutierrez. Yes, look at that. He spun his car around, unfortunately. Have a look on Tony Talvitie. That's 10 seconds from the race, for the race to end. That's 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's race over. The final lap. Final lap. It's gonna be a win for Tony Talvitie. Back of Denis Pimenov, just slapping him one more time. Into the brakes. On the bend. Oh, looks like Jerry Chen has gone off track. Tony Talvitie for the W. Swinging his car around. Woohoo! First place. 4th race in a row. Looks like John Malika is gonna take the W for the GTE class. There is 6 cars on the LMP2 class. 3 finished, 3 DNF'd. For this race actually. We had 12 people signed up for the LMP2 class at the beginning of the series. Let's have a look on Marcos Jr. That's Marcos Jr. for the second place. John Malika for the win. He's approaching the bend. 200-meter mark, braking zone. That's your winner for the GTE class, John Malika, the king of the GTE. That's the end of the series, everyone. Those who want to say a few words for us on our TeamSpeak server, I'm down there on the broadcaster's room. And join's free.
Channel created.
You're gonna wait a little bit. Let me pull up the race. Let me pull up the race results here for everyone. Show all the points. Show everything for you guys. So this is this is everything you need to know about points standings.
User joined your channel.
Hello. John, are you there?
Yes, Matthias. Johan van der Geest here. I want to thank you for doing a great job on the broadcast.
Thank you. Also, let me just compliment here. We are live. I'm currently doing a rundown on the points. If that doesn't bother you, you know. We have here Tony Talvitia first place, 4th race in a row, with 172 points. He is now.
The audio isn't great because I'm hearing an echo of my voice.
Okay. We have Tony Talvitia finishing with 212 points. That's awesome. 212 points. Marco Jr. finishing with, let me do the calculation here real quick. That's 203 points. James Zuba did not come today, otherwise he would be battling for the 2nd place on the series. And John van de Geest, unfortunately, DNF'd. Jens Roos, he finished 3rd. Gonna with 155 points, right over John van de Geest. John van de Geest losing his 4th position in the on the driver's standing right there.
Who cares? I had a great time.
Yeah, I bet you did. I did had a great time broadcasting this one.
Well, the point is this: I like the P2 car, but it's not really suited for my driving style because of the enclosure of the cockpit. I couldn't see the apex properly. If I'm approaching a corner, I have to be able to see the apex.
Yeah.
So otherwise, I'm. Well, I was going to say fucked, but I can't say that. Otherwise, I'm screwed. I have to be able to see the apex, and that's really difficult in that P2 car. But so most of the time I was guessing and estimating where the apex was because I couldn't really see it, and that sort of handicapped me. But still, pretty good series. I liked it, but maybe I will do the GTE next time. Maybe.
Ooh, nice. I know how you feel about that. Like to see the apex on the LMP cars. I race LMP3 cars every Thursday night in my time zone, and it's a hassle to see the inside part of the track and the guys in the on your like far right, on your far left. It's just really hard to see. We did Donington last week. This week actually, last week we did Donington, and I was missing apexes left and right because I could not see
you know
anything.
How I feel.
Yeah.
Because I had to put the seat all the way back to be able to look outside the side window, you know, to see and then you get a distorted view of the track in front of you, because normally my nose is right up to the steering wheel for the FOV, you know. So, but now I had to pull the seat all the way back, and then you still couldn't see the apex properly. So the guys who did better than me on that point, massive congratulations.
Yeah,
especially
congratulations.
Especially to Tony Talvici, who won 4 in a row. So
4 in a row.
Quite an achievement.
That was Silverstone, Coda, Bahrain, and now Sebring. 4 in a row.
Yeah. Well, not everybody can do that. So great show of talent.
Yeah, great show of talent. Yeah. But yeah.
So, end of the series, and we'll be taking a pause now from this mod. It was an excellent, great mod, but SimRacingOnline will probably take a 3 months pause for this mod, and then we'll do it all again.
You heard the man?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everyone who joined, thank you everyone who raced, thank you everyone who participated on the chat. We love you, we see you in the next time. I'm Matheus, I'm out.
Goodbye.